Alright, here we go. Please listen up. This week, tomorrow, you have an outline due. 21 through 30 is tomorrow. Wednesday, you have a focus and your study guide is due. This is your last focus and study guide of 2017. You will not see another one until 2018.
It's not really that long.
It's okay. Don't ruin it. Tomorrow is your last vocab quiz of 2017. So that's exciting. Next week, you have no vocab. Yay! So, please keep in mind. Shh. Oh my God, you're all so annoying.
But you love us, right?
Alright, so you need a Barron's book for week 29. We're currently in week 16, Kayla, so you got plenty of time to purchase it. I happen to believe a Barron's book would look lovely underneath your menorahs. 8 Crazy Nights of Gifts wouldn't be the same without a Barron's book. For all you Festivus celebrators who are rejecting against capitalism, this is a great way to really say, screw you capitalism, I'm celebrating the holiday by buying a Barron's book. For all of you, I know it has nothing to do, but I was just trying to cross off my butt. If you are thinking about, man, what would be a great first gift on Christmas Eve? Nothing says, wow, I'm loved, like a Barron's book does. If you are thinking about what do you want to see underneath your Christmas tree when you wake up on Christmas Day, this is the one gift you'll actually be looking for underneath there. Who cares about the new game console? Who cares about the cash? It's all about the Barron's book.
It's actually like the side of something. That's like, it seems like it would be mildly important under Christmas tree.
The Communist Manifesto.
On New Year's Eve.
That's what I want.
On New Year's Eve, who cares about a kiss? You've got a Barron's book.
Yeah, you can kiss your Barron's book.
Yeah, you can, man. He's kind of cute. How cute.
You don't need to find true love. True love found you.
Exactly. So the Barron's book is the gift that keeps on giving, my friends. For whatever holiday, Kwanzaa, before you break your bread, this would be a wonderful thing to salute to. Like, yeah. So this is a gift that keeps on giving. Keep the holiday season alive. What a wonderful thing to ask for. By yourself, who cares? Treat yourself. Buy yourself a Barron's book. You don't need it till week 29. We're coming back on week 19, so you got plenty of time. But the sooner, the better. It's the book I have in front of you is 7th edition. I think it goes to 8th edition. They probably rolled it forward. Whatever edition you get, whether it's 6th, 7th, or 8th, is going to be fine. You can buy them on Amazon for like $14, sometimes like $12, depending on where you get it. You're going to turn every single page. You're going to highlight, you're going to annotate, you're going to do the whole damn thing. So it's not going to be there sitting on top of your desk and a waste of money. If you cannot afford a Barron's book, you speak to me privately and I will purchase one for you. It's a conversation only me and you need to have, so speak to me directly and I will have one for you, no questions asked. No one needs to know. It's like $12, $14. If you want to pay $20 or $24, you can go to Barnes & Noble and pay $24. You can just go on Amazon. So, you need it for week 29. You don't need it beforehand, but it is the gift that keeps on giving. What? Absolutely. I will tear you apart. I will absolutely lose my mind. I've been telling you since orientation you need a Barron's book. And yes, I mentioned it. Yes, you're going to need a Barron's book for the review. Ta-da. If you don't bring it to school on the 29th like I asked, I'm going to blow you up. If you don't have it when it's due every Friday during review, it's 150 points you cannot get back. 0. I've pretty heard of that. Ask my boy James how it was. Alright. Yeah, so buy it and be done with it.
D's not that bad.
Yeah,
Alright, here we go. Focus study guide, let's go. So we didn't get to gender identity, is that what we're seeing?
No, we didn't.
Oh, just Nico didn't find it valuable. Alright, here we go. So
Wait, what did I hear?
nothing, Nico. Alright, so biological influences. Of course, every single human has biological influences, hormones and chromosomes. Chromosomes are essentially what you're born with, of course. This is what you inherited directly from your parents. So the fact that I have blonde hair, blue eyes, chromosomes. If I have any genetic disorders, which probably do because I have like the worst genes in the history of the world, then those are also chromosomes. Hormones, of course, are your estrogen, your testosterone, all that stuff. Each of them affect us differently. If you're a super emotional young lady, you probably have more estrogen than the average person does. If you just hit your chest all the time, men, and walk around saying, man, you probably have more testosterone than the average man does. So all those have influences on us. Now, environmental effects. Of course, your nature, nurture come into here. Of course, environmental is your nurture. Parenting is going to shape how you see gender. If your parents follow a very stereotypical male-female relationship where your mom's a stay-at-home mom and your dad is the breadwinner, okay, you in fact are going to be way more likely to mimic that type of upbringing, which has its pros and cons. Can we agree? Following the two super stereotypical, I mean, it does make sense to have someone home taking care of the children. It does make sense having someone taking care of the home and doing all that. It does make sense. So parenting is going to have an influence as well as the culture. Here in the United States, we're a very high individualistic culture, which means our gender roles are a lot more fluid. Like right now, gender roles are changing here in 2017, right before our eyes, with this whole Me Too movement. Would you agree?
Yes.
I know, it's so exciting. Thank you, Avery. It's so exciting. For the first time, women are actually standing up and people are actually listening to us now, which is pretty exciting. With obviously Matt Lauer going down last week. The guy who runs the New York City Opera has gone down today. He apparently sexually assaulted 4 boys and raped 2. And now he's been removed from his position of authority and power, all that stuff. It's not just women, it is men too. Obviously, we all heard of Kevin Spacey. Jesus. What? Whatever it is, don't say it. So, culture is having a major influence. Our culture is changing, so hopefully, ladies, you feel inspired by this whole Me Too process. So if anything, hopefully nothing comes near as bad as sexual assault or sexual or rape or anything, but hopefully you feel better standing and saying something. Because I can tell you right now, when I was growing up, which wasn't that long ago, I mean, I'm old, but I'm not, like, dead, my mom would just say, oh, just ignore him. And my mom is like a super feminist. She'll never call herself a feminist, but she is a feminist. And she would just like, oh, just ignore him. Just forget about it. I'm sorry, what? He touched me. Well, just forget about it. It's not a big deal. Just move forward. It's easier for you if you move forward. Don't move forward, ladies. Don't move forward. All right, here we go. So puberty and adolescence. Congratulations. You're an adolescent. Woo! What a time to be alive. Actually, I would never want to come back to this. No offense.
Why?
Because it's awful.
Why?
Are you talking about
High school.
Oh.
High school, middle school,
Your 20s.
Wait, school. The whole thing. Darling, do you think I really thrived in high
Are
school?
you kidding? That was
Dude, I don't know, man.
No.
Is
No.
that it?
Did I go to college? Yes, I loved college.
So it's easy.
What do you mean easy?
Like
Some people like high school.
Like academically?
Some people like
Or like
Yeah.
socially?
academic.
Is it easier than high school? No.
You're paying
High
like
school?
200 grand to it. You think it's gonna be easier than high school?
No. High school,
I'm Nico, and I think I'm smart.
be nice, Nico. However, be nice, Gabriel. Nico. Also, you're in fault for this as well with a comment like that. So, no, I loved college. I loved college because I felt like I could be me, weird me, quirky Samantha.
You can't feel like that at home? You feel
In
like that
high
at
school?
Oh.
No.
Why not have the right friends?
No, because high school's awful. If you told me right now, if you told me while I was in high school I was going to be a high school teacher, I would have kicked you in the shins, punched you in the throat, and spit in your mouth. Because I would have been absolutely appalled. No, I was the smart-ass kid who sat in the back, who always did well in class, didn't talk to anyone, and just made snarky comments to the back. Is that hard to see?
No.
So, Elijah.
I didn't choose to see that.
So an adolescence is a period of life from about 13 to your early 20s during which a young person is no longer physically a child but is not yet independent, self-supporting adult. This is where I would say some of your stress comes from, I would say most of your stress probably comes from your home situation with your parents. You're sometimes treated like an adult and sometimes not treated like an adult, and there's no real rule or reason sometimes why you're not treated like an adult, but sometimes they decide you're going to be a kid today, and you're just like, what the hell? Why don't I have the same thing? However, on the flip side of that, how many of you have made a stupid decision in the last 6 months? Exactly. Hence why you're not always treated like an adult, because you're not ready to be an adult, which is a good thing. You have your little adulting bumpers on. Adult.
Adult?
Tabbing.
Yeah, I don't think everyone. I was wondering.
Yeah, it's whatever you want. It's like tomato.
No one says
No, that's
Well, that's not.
I wouldn't do that.
Anyway, so the biggest problem with adolescence is that obviously your body's changing, which I'm really not getting that much into because I really just don't want to. Your body's changing. Your social situation is obviously changing. I think we can all agree things got more complicated between you and your friends when people started dating each other, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, things got way harder once the first people in your class started dating, and everyone's like, oh shit, I need one. And then everyone starts getting like super competitive for it. Those types of things complicates things. The fact that you're evolving, that you're almost adults, but you're not fully adults, but sometimes you're adults and sometimes you're children and sometimes you just say stupid things because you're not thinking and you're so emotional. All of those things are all part of adolescence. I was really Boston right there, but I caught it. What?
I want your opinion on my friend's situation.
I don't want to have an opinion.
My friend is naturally busy, but
It's naturally what?
like, a busy person.
Okay, so
Straight, like,
cranky person. God.
but I keep
Just call him talk to you over
I
here.
cancel on him because I want to hang out with my girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
Is that like? There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, you should have friends and a girlfriend.
Yeah, but he gets mad whenever I say no.
Well, he's just jealous you have a girlfriend.
But
But
did you
are-
previously make plans with them, and then your girlfriend's like, hey, want to hang out? You're like, can't come with you anymore, bud. Like, gonna go hang out with my girl. Then that's.
You should be able to balance your boyfriend, girlfriend, and your friends. You should be able to balance both. If you can't, then it's not it's not like a healthy relationship. But you're also the first time you're all like dating really for the first time and stuff like that, so it's easy to be swept up in the whole thing. No one's perfect, so like it kind of makes sense. But like you have to balance both, man. You don't want to be just left alone when your girlfriend breaks up with you and you have no friends.
That's so mean.
It's true. They're not going to get married.
Yeah.
Because it's like one of like 100 million people.
Oh, never mind.
There you go. 2%. Why do you know that, T?
Like 2% of married people are high school sweethearts.
Oh,
T, you're Googling trying to figure out your odds here? Is that what this is? All right. T's in love, ladies, gentlemen. T's in love. He's trying to work out those bets here. All right, here we go. So, puberty is the physical changes that occur in the body as sexual development reaches its peak. It's about a period of about 4 years. I'm going to deal with this tomorrow. I just don't. We're going to come back to it. I'm going to answer all of question 3 for you tomorrow. Is that fair? I just don't want to deal with puberty today, you know? Puberty, not today. Okay, personal fable. By the way, this is on your number 4 on your focus, by the way, if you wanted to fill that in. Well, you're going to have to tie it to operational. But yeah. All right, so what is personal fable? It's a type of thought common to adolescents in which people believe themselves to be unique and protected from harm. Now, please listen to the words that are about to come out of my mouth. You are not special. You are not special. You are uniquely annoying, every single one of you in your own way. You are not special. How many of you, and don't raise your hands because we're all going to make fun of you, even though every single person in this room has done it. How many of you have gone outside and sat in this like quiet place and then pensively stared into the future and been like, and you're like, no one understands.
I think I'm burritos like that. I just love
Personal fables is the belief that you are special. So, for instance, Gabriel hasn't told you, but he thinks him and his girlfriend have the deepest love that anyone has ever experienced in the history of time. That no one has loved like him and his girlfriend have loved. No one has known each other better than him and his girlfriend. That they are two divine objects that have been sent on a crash course of love, and that no one in the galaxy can interfere because what the gods have put together may no one take asunder.
Decent, normal standard, and you just like.
Okay? Everyone here thinks that they're special. I always thought I was special. I just kept thinking Hogwarts just couldn't find me. That's why I never got my letter. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm very boring, and I'm very common, and I'm fine with that. I have a very... Why?
You're special
I
in
mean,
that
no
way
one
then.
wears the same outfit for a whole week.
I don't wear the same outfit.
Especially.
I don't wear the same outfit. They change. I just wear them on a weekly pattern. This is a new one.
You're matching Nico right
I know.
Hey, every Monday? I'll wear it.
So personal fable is that when you get into a fight with your parents and stuff like that, and you're like, oh my God, no one has ever felt this way before. Nah, people feel worse. People have felt that way before. When when something embarrassing happens to you, you're like, no one has ever been this embarrassed, and they're like, nah, there have. 7th grade. So, we decorated a cake. We decorated a cake for a teacher, and for some reason, I was chosen to carry it.
I don't know. Did you drop it?
Thank God this is the age of pre-cell phone cameras. I was carrying the cake upstairs, and I tripped going up.
Face planted the cake. Did it taste good?
All over. Like, it went straight, like, from my neck just down. And it was awful. And it was, like, an hour to go before the end of school. My parents refused to get me a new shirt.
Honestly, if I was a teacher, that would have been better than the cake.
Okay, so in my personal fable, when that happened, I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. Oh my God, I'm dying. Everything sucks. I'm never going to move forward. No one's ever been this embarrassed. People say you can't die of embarrassment. I will prove them wrong. And I cried. I cried, and I cried, and I cried. I'm a really good crier, by the way. I'm really good at it. And it was just the saddest thing. And I thought no one would remember for the rest of my life. I thought everyone would remember for the rest of my life. Every once in a while it gets brought up from my best friends. Like, oh my God, remember how you ruined Miss Stevenson's cake? Do you remember how damaged my ego was? Bye, Dylan. Anyway.
Did the teacher get mad at you?
No, how could she? I was just standing there crying hysterically. I'm like, I'm sorry. And everyone was just laughing.
That's so sad.
I mean, who would?
That's much better than cake.
Thank you, Gabriel.
I would.
I have no doubt you would. All right, so imaginary audience, you're going to want to write this down, my dears, my darlings, my delights. I don't know, find a spot. Imaginary audience is when people believe that other people are just as concerned about your thoughts, your ideas as their own. You people are the worst at this. Like, your generation are the worst. No one gives a crap about your stupid selfies. No one gives a crap about what you ate at some restaurant.
Oh my, why do girls post selfies? It doesn't make sense to me. Sorry.
No one cares about your political rantings online. You're not going to persuade anyone to change their opinion. No one cares. However, at your generation, as you get older, you'll stop posting on social media because you'll just get it. Like, people just don't care.
My mom hasn't gotten it yet.
She hasn't gotten it
My
yet.
sister and I, please tell her to delete her account.
Well, not delete her account, but like,
No.
so I have an Instagram for my personal self.
No.
I won't say yes. Yes. So I have one for my personal account because I make McCray and I a little yearbook every year since we've been married.
Aw.
So it's an easy way to keep everything kind of organized about all the things we do. So it's mostly so I can just move all my Instagram posts into my little yearbook. And then all the embarrassing pictures that I would never post on social media then get inserted into the book, and I make it every single year. So that's why I post on social media. That's about it. But I don't think anyone genuinely cares what I think. No one, actually. Like, I don't think no one cares. Like, I know no one cares. No one cares what you think. Your experiences aren't unique. People have gone through hard times. People have people have gone through very similar situations where they bounce more than you have. You're not unique. And that's what the imaginary audience makes you feel like people do care, right? Like, if you don't have, like, the perfect outfit for prom, everyone's going to be judging you and say, oh, my God, she's so nasty. No, actually, no one will care because they'll be too self-centered on their own damn outfit to notice yours, really. You know? Like, they won't care. It's your imaginary audience. That's what comes with getting older. One of the nice things about getting older. Lots of things fail on you. Like my hoof, my little foot. We call it a hoof. McCray calls it a hoof. My foot, I've had to ice it like 5 times today. I have a little ice thing. Oh, because my feet. I worked 22 hours this past week. It was weekend, Friday, Saturday. I worked 22 hours, and my feet are just dying on me. Turn to your focus. It's easier to fill it on your focus. This is number 5 on your focus, by the way. Levels of morality. The first one is pre-conventional. So pre-conventional is the first level of... So the second box is definition. Third box is the application, by the way. So pre-conventional is the first level of Kohlberg's stages of moral development in which the child's behavior is governed by the consequences. It is very black and white. This is wrong because this is the punishment. Very, very black and white. This is what children often function. If I eat a cookie before dinner, my mom's going to smack my hand and it's going to hurt. So I don't have a cookie before dinner because I don't want to get my hand smacked. Does that make sense? Abuse?
Negative view.
There you go. But we're in a theory now because it's about moral development. What makes us change our mind? What guides our decision making? What morality are we following? What do we decide what is right and wrong? Whatever we'll get punished by in pre-conventional is what we decide is wrong. So if, like for instance, Toby Bennett runs his life on pre-conventional. Toby Bennett wants to eat my Christmas tree. He wants it. He wants it. He stares at it. And I think he like licks his lips.
Why does he think you're
He wants to eat it.
Your
My
dog.
dog. Not McCray, you weirdos. It's my dog.
Your dog wants to eat your Christmas tree.
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
I was thinking about way.
Because he wants to play in it. It's like a thing.
Is that a thing with
That's
cats?
it.
Cats are into it too.
Cats
My
jump in it.
no, I'm very lucky. They just play with a tree skirt. She runs around it. She turns into like Christmas Kitty, and she just does like wind sprints around the house.
You should wrap her in lights.
No. Anyway, so Toby Bennett does not attack my Christmas tree because he knows I'm going to beat the crap out of him. So the only reason he doesn't do it is because he knows he'll get the crap eaten out of him. The reason why Toby Bennett doesn't poop in my house is because he knows he's going to get the crap beaten out of him if he poops in my house. If Toby Bennett eats my cat food, he knows he's going to get the crap beaten out of him because it's not his food. So why doesn't Toby eat the tree? He doesn't want to get hit. Why doesn't Toby poop in my house? He doesn't want to get hit. Why doesn't Toby eat the cat food? He doesn't want to get hit. Pretty-conventional to a T.
How hard do you? Yeah.
It depends on what he did.
Question.
He's fine. He's currently right now maxing and relaxing on my couch.
We put up our Christmas tree like on the we lived a little before the first sure. And our cat generally I think didn't move off of it except to like eat and go to the bathroom for like 2 straight days.
Really, they just love it. Is it a real tree or a fake tree?
It's a big tree.
Ours is fake too.
Why
I
is it
have
still-
real like scatter crap things. All right, so your next one is your conventional morality. Conventional is when a child's behavior is governed by conforming to society's norms, which means this is what your application. If my friends say it's okay, then I'll do it.
Why is the box like 2 cents?
Turn it over.
There's only 2, so
Yes. So, if my friends say it's okay, I'll do it. So, me and Christina are going to the mall today. We're going to wander around the mall, go a little Christmas shopping, get a little Starbucks, and hang out. While we're in a store, Christina's like, oh my God, let's be buddies forever. I'm like, absolutely, Christina. She's like, well, if you want to be my friend, you have to steal with me.
Oh.
And I'll be like, Christina, I don't steal. I'm not very brave. I'm a big chicken, and I know I get caught. And she's like, well, you can't be my friend unless you steal stuff. So I'm like, damn, I want to be your friend. I was like, will this make us besties forever? And she's like, absolutely, ride or die besties. So I steal because my girl Christina said it's okay to steal. And she expects me to steal, so I steal. So do I think stealing is okay? Yes. My first freshman year college roommate was a kleptomaniac, my friend.
What?
She used to steal everything.
How?
She always carried these big purses and all this crap. Oh my God, it was so awful. Because I'm not, like, I don't believe you should steal anything. Like, I think that is just scum of the earth. Like, come on, man. Oh my God, it made me so uncomfortable. We were only roommates for like 6 months. She was the worst.
Did
She just come up with random
worse than
things.
those?
Huh?
Did she steal your stuff?
I don't really have nice stuff.
Did she just come home and just, like, come back to the dorm and just empty her
Yeah.
bag?
Yeah, and I'll have like all the tags on it and all that stuff.
Like all this weird stuff.
There's 3. Sorry, I'm sorry. I thought I was clear.
She's
No?
worse than Mo. That's the question.
I only really had to deal with her for a year, so I'd say less than Mo. I've been stuck with Mo for like 7 years now. What?
Question. Did your dog try eating the Christmas tree before?
Yes, last year he tried eating it, so I beat the crap out of him.
Like, hey.
And then he is now terrified of
You said
Christmas.
beat the crap out of him when you eat.
Like I just smack him on his nose and I get
No,
on top
that
of him.
sounds so different than beating the crap out of
No,
him.
I mean he's never walked away with wounds.
What would it sound like?
No, my dog lives the damn dream.
You just
Stop.
Smack his nose and yell at him.
Yeah,
that's what you're supposed to
Yes. So, post-conventional is when you're governed by moral principles that have been decided on by the individual, which might be in disagreement of social norms. So, I just told Christina, even though she wants me to steal, I won't steal. However, if Christina had to steal because her little sister hasn't eaten in 4 days, am I going to condone her stealing food? Yes. Post-conventional believes that there is a gray area in between. Bye, guys. Have a good day. Make good decisions.